Good morning to everyone from Colombo. It's the morning after, which is always very sweet. Morning after that comes after a win. Morning after that comes after a big win. Morning after that comes after a win versus arch rivals Pakistan. So it's that feeling that you usually get the next day when you're trying to soak in as to what you witnessed live a day before. It was a high pressure game. I'll let no one kid you that because it was a league game, so there wasn't high stakes in that game. It was a high level game, because of the build up to this game, because of all that was said between India and Pakistani camps ahead of this encounter after the game in Kandy got washed out. So it was an important result, very important result. And the next day after that result is achieved in such convincing fashion as the Indian team achieved it, it feels great. It feels great. I am going to give you a lot of updates today from the team news, the weather news, all of that from Colombo. Remember, it's back-to-back match days for India after they played a 2-day, 1-day international, whatever that's supposed to mean. But it was all worth it in the end, wasn't it? So let me quickly give you an update. There it is. You may have gotten used to this sort of a view every day in the morning that I bring to you. Today also it's been clear since the morning. I've been up since about 8 o'clock and it's not been raining at all. It has been cloudy on and off, but no rain as such. Somebody asked me, what did you have for breakfast? Good question. Yeah, nobody asked me that. You asked me all cricket related questions. So breakfast I had a lot. I had appam, I had some nice prawn curry, I had assorted cheese, I had baked curd. What else did I have? Yeah, that's about it. French toast. So yeah, very, very good breakfast. Dry fruits. Fruits. I had some papaya, some guava, banana. So good breakfast, heavy breakfast. And then all of it was followed up with the nice cup of cappuccino. So that's what I had for breakfast. But yeah, let me give you the weather update. That's the update that you most want to know. So as I said, since morning it's not been raining. It's been cloudy on and off. Right now it's good. You can see blue skies, so no chance of immediate rain. But what I gather that there might be rain either 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock Sri Lanka time, which is the same as India time, which is about the time that the game is going to start, much like what happened yesterday. So it could be sunny now, it could be sunny by 1 o'clock when we reach the ground, but the rain could come after that. So maybe the start could be delayed, and then it's expected to rain around 4 or 5 also. So maybe the start is delayed, maybe the game is shortened, because if it's a 3 o'clock start, if it doesn't start by 4:30, then it'll be a shortened game. It seems like it may not be able to start by 4:30. I'm only going by the weather prediction, right? What is suggested by the Met department, which is up on all apps. So could be rain by, let's say 6. If it's 6, if it opens up 7, 8, maybe the game starts, then you'll get like 30, 35 over sort of a game. You could see a game, because the latter half of the day is clear. After 6 p.m. or so, it's clear. So if it stops at 6, you get the ground ready by 7, 8, maybe start by 8, you should get a 30, 35 over game, something like that. So that seems like the possibility based on the weather prediction. But, and that's a big but, that these weather predictions go wrong, sometimes completely wrong, sometimes partially right. So we don't know. We do not know what the weather is going to hold like. But right now what I can tell you, it is, what's the exact time right now? Must be around 11 o'clock, 11:15, 11:30. So it's clear. So I'll tell you, but rain is expected today. That is a big worrying sign. Even if you get a shortened game, it will be an important game, because remember, these two teams are fighting for that spot in the final, and this could be a crucial game, very crucial game. And I'll get to the points table a little later, but let me give you some more updates from the Indian camp. A lot of people asking whether Shreyas Iyer will play or not, and that's a question being asked on the social media as well. A lot of you ask me those questions on social media, so I'll try and answer here. I do not think Shreyas Iyer is playing today. There is almost a negligible chance of Shreyas Iyer playing today. Okay, so he's still not 100% fit is what we have learnt. He's still being gradually made fit to get better. and I'd be very surprised. I'll be very surprised knowing what I found out this morning. I found out some details, not everything I can share, but the details that I found out today. I'll be very surprised if he plays the game today. So most likely you're not going to see Shreyas Iyer today, and that's a pity because this was a game you probably could have tried him. And this is a game maybe Indian team would want to make a few changes. It's going to be a bit of a tricky situation in making changes. Why will it be a tricky situation? Because India, as I said, have still not qualified for the final, and this game becomes important. If they win this game, then they qualify for the final. But can they risk making too many changes? Because remember, Sri Lankan team, they are playing at home. You know, their record at home is very good, and it's not just the record at home. I believe they are now on a hot streak in ODI cricket. They have won 13 ODIs on the trot, which is the second best for any team in the history of ODI cricket. Australia had bettered that. I had a much better record. After that famous Australian team's record, Sri Lankan team is next with 13 wins on the trot. So you can't take Sri Lanka lightly, especially not in these conditions, these spin-friendly conditions. You saw versus Pakistan, India actually capitalized against the Pakistani spinners. They hammered Iftikhar, they hammered Shadab. They made use of, that not good spinners that Pakistan has, but that may not be the case with Sri Lanka. Yeah, Thikshana is dangerous. Dhananjay De Silva can bowl. Vallage, the left arm spinner that they have got, he came from the under 19 level. He's a very handy all-rounder, so he's a good spinner. So Sri Lanka's spin attack is far more dangerous than Pakistan's spin attack. So I don't think you can suddenly make so many changes. Can you make those many changes? I'd love to know your thoughts. Should India look to give somebody game time, but then also risking losing a match? So what should India do? You also have to win this match, remember, if you want to play the final. So crucial match for India. Maybe they can look to bring Suryakumar Yadav in, because you want to give Suryakumar Yadav some game time. But then it will be interesting, what does India do then? Then who do they drop? One option is maybe look at a Hardik Pandya, because with the workload with Hardik, you want to rotate him. Do you want to rest him now, get a Suryakumar Yadav, and then get the rest of the bowlers to do their full quota and not have Hardik bowl at all? Maybe get, if Shardul is playing, him completing his 10 over quota and the rest of the bowlers completing their quota. That is a possibility. Or you drop a Shardul, bring a Suryakumar, and then hope that Hardik does the 10 over quota. That is something that you look at. There's Akshar Patel as well. So it'll be interesting to see who gets game time. But there are a lot of options that the Indian team can look at in terms of giving some game time. But I think there will not be wholesale changes. There should not be any wholesale changes. At best one, or at best two. Two changes is fine, because then you're not spoiling the balance of the team. Remember, you have to win this game. You won convincingly against Pakistan, but Sri Lanka could be a tricky team. Look at their batting as well. They got Karuna Ratne, who can be dangerous. Kushal Mendes, their experienced player, always dangerous. Dhananjay De Silva, I spoke about. Samira, their new player who's really emerged, who had an outstanding knock last time versus Bangladesh. He's a good, he's a player that they invested a lot in, was not really doing well, but did very well last game. So he's the one to watch out for. Dasun Shanaka, their captain, with the ball and with the bat, he can do the job. So you look at their balance of the Sri Lankan team, it looks pretty good. Look at Thikshana, Vallage, they've got Shanaka, they've got Pathirana, from Chennai Super Kings, and he's been bowling very well. So their bowling also looks rather good, and their batting on these conditions is good. So I don't know whether they'd want to make Sadira, exactly. Somebody said he has a 49 average. That's true. Sadira, and you saw how he played last game. He's the one who took them to victory against Bangladesh, with that kind of batting. So he's very important for them, Sadira, the way he's been batting. As I said, the other usual suspects in Dasun Shanaka, in Dimut Karuna Ratne, in Kusal Mendes, in Dhananjay De Silva, Asalanka. So their batting's pretty good. So those are the guys that you really need to watch out for. India, maybe two changes. By the way, I think they should also bring in, I was talking about changes, look at Suryakumar Yadav, maybe Shreyas Iyer, again, just for those of you who are joining us now, as far as I have learned, no chance of him playing today. I'll be very surprised if he plays today, knowing in terms of the updates that I've got about Shreyas Iyer's injury. They're still trying to get him little better from his back spasm, still not match fit, so he's unlikely to be there, in which case you can look at a Suryakumar Yadav. In bowling you have to bring Shami in. I think you have to rotate your fast bowlers. You could possibly look to rest either Bumrah or Siraj and bring Shami. Then maybe even rest Hardik and bring a Sky. Then your 5 bowlers bowl the full quota of 10 overs. And that's something that they can look at. Ankit is asking, is Shreyas' injury serious? No, it's not serious. What I've learned, it's not a serious injury, but unlikely to be available today. So not a serious injury. Sharan is saying lot of clouds. Yes, these are not threatening clouds. These are just regular clouds. There you go. Closer look. But these are not rain clouds. These are not threatening cloud. As I mentioned earlier at the start of the video, rain is expected around 3, 4, 5, 6 that time. It could be hour ahead, hour behind, whatever. So maybe you have a delayed start. But if you do get a start around realistically 7, 8, then you'll have a 30-35 over game. But later in the day it's pretty clear, so you might get play later in the day. Again, that's only based on weather prediction, Met department, and as I've learnt on this tour in Sri Lanka, never to trust that, so you really don't know. But what I can tell you with guarantee, since morning from 8 till now, it hasn't rained at all. Swarit, thank you yaar for your kind comments. Patirana, how do you face Patirana? That's a tricky one. So I think some of the Indian players have that experience from the IPL, how to face him. He's played under MS Dhoni, and now even the Sri Lankan camp is accepting the fact that because he spent time under MS Dhoni, he's become a better bowler. So you know how MS mentors his bowlers. So the Sri Lankan camp agrees that he's become a better bowler. He always had that talent, that unusual action, that raw pace and all of that, and it's only gotten better playing under MS Dhoni. So it'll be interesting. Somebody's asking the same pitch or it'll be a different strip, I'm told, different strip, but not too much of it is going to be changing. The typical nature of Premadasa has been 270, 280 is a winning total here. India, what they managed was outstanding effort. That's why I say it was a brilliant batting performance by India, and then followed up by a great bowling performance. That does not happen, quite regularly here. Jihasa Nag, thank you for your comment. Pushkar is asking when is picnic with Viknik. We'll do it. We haven't had a gap. By the way, Indian team also doesn't have a gap. A rare occasion where in about 13 hours time they're going to be back playing another game, which is why today they are all resting. Usually you see them having breakfast and up and about. Today the team has been resting because they finished so late, and then after you finish the game around 12, you come back, it's about 1:30. Then you have recovery time, cooling down, icing. They do a lot of those things. So by the time you sleep, it's 3, 4. So it's going to be a late wake up time for them today. They get up aram se, and then head to the ground, then do their warm up drills there. So that is what they plan to do, which is why I'm saying that you might want to make a few changes here and there in terms of giving rest to the player. But it's an unusual situation, but I think Indian fans should not complain. It's because of that schedule you got to see an India-Pakistan game, because of that extra reserve day. If it wasn't there, you wouldn't have been able to see it. Okay, your comments are going so far. Okay, somebody is asking, Ayush is asking a personal question. How does your family deal with you traveling? That's a very good question. My family is not happy. Just this morning I got a message from my wife asking when am I getting back, and saying that it's just been 2 weeks, but it feels like very long. That's tough. I miss my daughter too, so it is it's not easy being away. But then I also love cricket and I love being here, and it's not through the year. We do few tours. Most of the time we're in office. I'm in the sports studio, so mostly at home. So okay, I'm getting Nishant is sending love from Nepal. Love back to you. Kasto sir tapai Ramro bhai Racha. For Shreyas Iyer, I've given you the update. The yellow guy says, I missed your super chat. So sorry, yaar. You know, it's tough on the phone. When we're in the studio, sometime I can see the super chat, but I missed it. I think, was it about Surya Kumar Yadav? Was your chat about, 1 second, let me just see. Yes, I found your super chat. Okay, there you go. He says, Sky has so much positivity. We need him. He can bowl and bowl for KKR. Please remember, he will bat at 5 in the World Cup final and we will win while chasing. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. You know, I like your prediction. I'll remember that if that was to happen. But maybe today is a day where Sky plays. I've been a long time admirer of him. The Indian team is keeping their faith on him. And I think, yeah, they should, you know, persist with him. He might get a game today. Soumya, thank you so much for your kind words. Bhanu is asking the reason behind KL Rahul wicket keeping. Well, I mean, that was good, wasn't it? I think you want to see whether he's fit or not. That's the reason. It's not that you've totally discarded Ishan Kishan, but as an Indian fan, as an Indian team management, wouldn't you want to see if KL can keep for the duration of 50 over? It wasn't to be a 50 over game, it finished earlier, but you were trying to see that, especially after he's got 100, because these are going to be situations you will be faced in World Cup. And what happens then? What if he, you know, he can't keep up with the workload? So it's good to test it now, and I like the fact that India tested it. So that's what. Oh, very fast, yeah, your questions I can't read. Sayyid is sending love from Pakistan. Love back to you, Sayyid, as well. So many questions around Shreyas Iyer. I've answered that. Just go back into the video and check that. So many questions on the weather. I've answered that. Somebody asked me, are you going to take a bath in the ocean? I can. I have. I'm a decent swimmer and I love the water. I'm not scared. But I haven't headed to the ocean there. Maybe I will one day. Maybe I haven't got time. It was so hectic in Kandy, non-stop, day after day we had work. So just didn't get the time. Here also non-stop work, and now, you know, they've got back-to-back games. After this game, we may get one day off. I'll try to head to the beach, maybe take a dip in. But I usually head to the swimming pool in the hotel. I enjoy a swim. So Akash is saying Jassi is fit. Yeah, Jassi is fit. Yeah, why not? Pranam, kahan se aaya tha? I could not see it, went by so fast. Somebody asked about the crowd today. I think there'll be more crowd today than you saw in India-Pakistan game, because also it was Monday. A lot of fans that had travelled went back. But for Sri Lanka game, because locals will come in, and you know, the Sri Lankan crowds have a flavour about them. I like the way they play their music, the way they enjoy their game. I hope a lot of Sri Lankan fans come in. I spoke to some of them. They're not happy with the ticket pricing, so they've been saying the tickets are very expensive. Those high prices have been set by the PCB. They are the host board, Pakistan Cricket Board. If I'm not mistaken, it's $50 or something as a starting price, which is not great. You know, Sri Lankan economy has just kind of started to recover. It's not easy for people to spend that kind of money. So the tickets are expensive, which is why Sri Lankan fans aren't coming into the stadium. But it's not that they aren't interested. You know, if you can see there, if you see, it's not that visible, but if you see a tent, and near the tent, the pink tent there, yeah, there's a screen there. You see black, there's a screen there. That's a giant screen. It's a public screen they've put on the beach here for Aam Janta to come and watch the match. So when Sri Lanka plays, they show the match on the screen. I was watching it with a lot of people there when the Bangladesh-Sri Lanka game was on. Today, when the Sri Lanka-India game is going to be on, you'll see a lot of local people. It's just free walk-in for anyone. They just sit around here with their food from the stalls they buy close by and sit and watch it on the giant screen, the locals here. So there is a lot of interest for the Sri Lanka game. It will happen today as well here. We would be at the ground. So, you know, Siddharth, thank you for your comments. But the fans will then come in here. Somebody is asking what's the last date for announcing India's 15. That is 27th of September, the last ODI between India and Australia. That will be the last day that 15 can be announced. You can make as many changes till that. Supposing if you're not happy with Shreyas Iyer's fitness, you can make that change. You don't have to give an injury reason or anything. You can just do it straight away. Weather update I've already given you guys. Some of you are asking Pakistan related questions. You know, my analysis on that. I've done a special video. It's a short 4-5 minute video where I've taken 4 important points of the India versus Pakistan game things that really stood out, my analysis of that, and I've actually tried to explain what's the difference between this Indian team and Pakistan team, and there's a big difference. I've tried to explain that in words. So check that video, it's already up on Sports Today. I did it right after the game finished. It's a 5-minute video, worth your time. It's a analysis on the what separates India and Pakistan at the moment. Forget about different sort of narrative that are set by fans or journalists. But if you really look at it objectively, there's a big difference between the two teams. I've tried to explain that in that 5-minute video. It's up on Sports Today. Somebody asking me, do you shave daily? Yeah, I do. Some days alternate, but most days daily. I like to have a clean shave. If you know me, I used to have a beard few years ago when I was working with if you see some of my shows with ESPN that I did, those were with beard. If you saw my shows that I did earlier when I was with NDTV, those were with beard sometimes. So yeah, there was a phase from 2015 to about 2020, 5-6 years, where I had a full beard. That's the only time I wasn't shaving. Otherwise, I do shave regularly. Nitin, thank you for your kind words. These things keep me going. So, I'm glad you're enjoying my reporting. Rajesh is saying it was amazing to meet you yesterday. Rajesh, it was amazing to meet you too. Rajesh is a fan who's from Bombay, who had come to watch the game. I met him at the stadium. I keep meeting a lot of you people who watch Sports Today, and I meet them at different venues, at different situations. So it's lovely to meet you. And Rajesh is a cricket nut, I can guarantee. We had a long conversation, and he follows the Indian team religiously. You can make out when he's talking about cricket. So, I'm guessing all of you are like that. So it's a big cricket community that we are all part of, and it's lovely to have these conversations. Rajesh, yes, I remember. Great meeting you here. There is another. Palash is asking, how's Vikrant's health? His health is better. He's not been feeling really well. He has a throat infection, I think. But medicines are doing the trick, which is why you're seeing him work as well. So, yeah. There is another super chat which I can't, which I think I've already taken. Love from Gurugaon. Pranav, thank you for your comments. Will Tilak get a chance? I doubt. Shubham is saying Sky can be asked to bowl a few overs. Absolutely. He should be asked to bowl a few overs. I did see him bowl in the nets, by the way. Naveen is sending love from Gurugaon. Love back to you. I did see Sky bowl in the nets. So if he plays, wouldn't be a bad idea to give him an over or two. But all I'm saying is it's a crucial game. You can't take it too lightly, right? India have to win this to qualify for the final. There is Rajesh has sent another chat saying it was amazing meeting you yesterday. Shukr hai match ho gaya and India jeet gaye. Asia Cup jeet kar hi aana, sir. Sure, Rajesh is headed back to Mumbai, but we'll try and win the Asia Cup. What I'm saying is right now all teams, that is Sri Lanka, India and Pakistan, are tied on 2 points. So, and by the way, Pakistan's net run rate has taken a massive dip. We'll see what happens now going forward. But if India were to win this game, then they would have probably assured themselves of a final qualification, which is why this game becomes very important. And then Pakistan's next game against Sri Lanka won't be an easy task. We kept saying about India-Pakistan final. You never know, Sri Lanka sneaks into the final. If they beat either India or Pakistan, they go into the final. Then they'll face either India or Pakistan. So you could still see a Sri Lanka final with India or Pakistan. So, thank you, Sachin. Thank you. Wow, we're getting from California. Love from California. Pranam from Bihar. Pranam to you as well. Lovely. Anant, I can't speak in Hindi. This is an English channel, my friend. I would have spoken in Hindi if it was a Hindi channel. But I'll tell you what, we have a Hindi channel. We give you updates there as well. This is for, I keep saying this again, but you got to realize there are a lot of people in India who also don't speak Hindi. They speak their mother tongue. This could be first language for them. Could be a Bengali, could be a Tamil, could be a Telugu, Malayalam, various different language. But English is a language they know, so it's for them as well. From Germany, I've got people joining me. From Himachal, I love Himachal. I have a lot of connection with Himachal. I've spent many years staying in Himachal, so love to you, whoever. Sorry I missed your name. Nona Prince wants to know Jawan. Yes, Jawan is playing, where I'm staying, just about 100 meters from here. And I really want to see an Indian film in Colombo with Sri Lankans, but I haven't got the time because of covering cricket. But I tell you what, if I do get some time, maybe me and Vikrant will head over and watch Jawan. If we do, I'll make a vlog about it. I love vlogging, you know, I keep putting my vlog. I put a vlog about watching Jawan if I do get a chance. Hopefully, fingers crossed, tomorrow, day after, we'll go and I'll put a vlog. From Bengal also I have a lot of love for Bengal too. I stayed there 4 years in Calcutta, so that's where my love for sports started. From Odisha, lovely, love Odisha food, and I am with all the Odia people who claim that they are the ones who invented Rasgulla. You know, Bengal gets all the credit, but it is actually Odisha that invented Rasgulla. I'm with you guys. I got love from Chennai. Thank you. Been to Chennai many times covering cricket. Love from Ranchi. Ranchi, Somalia, Ranchi also have very fond memories. I stayed 2 years in Ranchi. I studied there for 2 years. I was there. So lovely city. There's a place called Dipatoli it's on the outskirts of Ranchi. It is part of Ranchi. So I stayed there. I'm sure who's joining me from Ranchi will know what I'm talking about. That's where I stayed. But in those days, Ranchi was not Jharkhand, it was Bihar. Love from Pune. Wow, Ajinkya, you know Pune is home for me now. My family stays in Pune, right? So that's the place that I call home. Though I have now been in Delhi for the last 20 years, but I keep visiting Pune once a year to meet my mother. So my mother, my sister, they stay in Pune. Love from Punjab. That's my... so I seem to have connection everywhere in India, but Punjab is my ancestral land. Like, I'm a Punjabi, so come from Punjab, so of course I have connection with Punjab. I've stayed there as well for a few years. From Jodhpur, I've traveled to Jodhpur on holidays, love it. Love the food in Rajasthan. Brilliant. Ahmedabad. Oh, talking about food, Ahmedabad is another place, my favorite for food. You know what I love about Ahmedabad? In the nights when you're, you know, near that river, that whole area has so many eating joints. So go in the night, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, they're still open, and you sit and have a nice mango shake with some, you know, food, local food. That's lovely. Auckland, who's joining me from Auckland? Wow. I first time went to Auckland 2009, then I've been 2 times after that. What a city. It's the adventure capital of the world. You're going to see so many adventure sports in Auckland itself. I actually love the entire country of New Zealand. I love Kiwi people. Lovely guys, all of you. So, lots of love from Nepal. Nepal, so I've already Makura Bhaneko tha Tapaila. That I love Nepal as well. I've been just as a tourist, but I know Nepalese. So, you know, I have a karmic connection with Nepal too. Indore, wow, Indore I used to go a lot as a kid. You know, my aunt stays there. Food from Indore. Guwahati, again, Guwahati is another place that I've stayed in. Yeah, I mean, I stayed a lot in Assam, in a place called Nalbari, Rangya. If you're joining me from Guwahati or from Northeast, you'd know those places. I spent a year or so in either of those places. Silchar is another place in Assam I stayed for 2 years. So, lovely. Somebody says he's like, you know, everyone is saying I'm from this place. I miss your name, sir, but I will take your comment. He said he's saying hi from toilet. You know, he's trying to be funny, but it's not funny at all, right? But toilet, as I said, is a place, just as I was saying, all those places that I've been to, toilet is a place all of us have been to, right? So thank you, yeah, for your comment as well. Rajkot, wow, Bihar, Guwahati, Nepal, all of you, yeah. Hyderabad, oh my God, talk about a love for food. I think my absolute favorite dish will be a biryani any day. Like, if I'm, you know, lost on an island, I only get one food item to eat every day for you know, 4 months, 5 months, no other, I may choose a biryani. It'll be a close call between dal chawal or biryani. So, wow. From Cape Town, wow. Somebody joining us from Cape Town, Chandigarh. I'll be in Chandigarh, by the way, you're saying I'll be in Chandigarh on the 23rd weekend, right? So maybe I'll drop in a story on Instagram. Maybe I can meet folks in Chandigarh. Chandigarh, I'll be there. the coming weekend. I'm going for some work. So Jamshedpur, what a beautiful city. Yeah. Somebody is joining us from Jamshedpur. Beautiful, beautiful city. I remember going there in the 90s, not to stay there, but my father had some work, so I would go. And I remember it was so organized, so neatly planned, even in those days when most Indian cities used to be so chaotic. It was lovely to see how well organized Jamshedpur was. Those are my memories of Jamshedpur. Melbourne, wow, beautiful city. I saw somebody join us from Birmingham. Lots of memories of Birmingham, mostly covering cricket there. So I'll never forget that. So, you know, great to have you guys join us from there as well. Any more questions? No. Chalo, I'm going to wind up from Shillong, another beautiful place. You know, I'll tell you a memory I have of Shillong when I reached there. I reached there in May, and was May summers right in India, and I remember I went in my shorts and t-shirt. This is in the 90s I'm talking about, and I got off you know, the train, and I felt so cold, and it was May and it was freezing. That's one memory. And then I remember going to the market, and the buses, you know, the exhaust pipe in most buses where we stayed would be below, but in Shillong used to have those you know, high raised exhausts, and the fumes and the smoke would come out from the top like you have in certain jeeps. The buses, the public buses used to be like that. Those are my memories of Shillong. Vizag is one of the most prettiest places. Somebody joining us, one of the most prettiest places in India. I know people love Goa, they keep harping about Goa, but if you haven't visited Vizag, you're missing something. It'll compete with Goa any day. Maybe in terms of natural beauty, even beat it. Somebody is joining us from Pilibhit. Few years ago, one of my very dear friends stays in Pilibhit, so I started traveling to Pilibhit, and now last 3-4 years I've traveled a lot to Pilibhit. In fact, I go to the tiger reserve there. I love you know, wildlife. I love to see tiger reserves and going to tiger safaris. So I've been to Pilibhit about 3-4 times in the last 3 years just to visit the tiger safari. So lovely, yeah. From Lahore, somebody is joining. I want to go to Lahore. I have a lot of you know, stories that I've read. My grandfather studied at Lahore University, so he tells me all those stories about Lahore. Would tell me, he's no more. So I wanted to go there. That's the only test playing nation that I haven't been to. So I want to go there. So maybe if the Champions Trophy happens there, I'll get to go there. Canada, somebody is joining us from, that's a place I've never been to, but I want to go. I have relatives here, like every good Punjabi boy who has relatives in Canada. I too, I have lots of relatives in Canada. They've been telling me to come there. I haven't had the time, but I will try and go there. Somebody from Greater Noida. Greater Noida, you know, na, we keep going there so often. Our matches happen there. I stay in Noida, so it's close to Greater Noida, about 15-20 kilometers, not much. Love from Kerala. Wow, Kerala is another beautiful place. I've been there a few times for holiday mostly, and every time I've gone there, I love the food there, I love the weather, I love the people, all of that. And you know, when I go to Kerala, just a tidbit, when I go to Kerala, I wear a veshti. I love wearing a veshti, a traditional veshti. I wear that, and then I'm on top I'll wear a t-shirt or whatever, but I'll wear a veshti niche when I'm in Kerala. I like that. I like that attire. Yeah, questions. Somebody joining us from Varanasi. Will you believe it? I've never been to Varanasi. So I want to go there. Really want to go there. Firozpur to bhi aine log. Okay, there's somebody from Aizawl. I hope you are really from Aizawl, because that's, you know, such an unusual place that anyone would tell you they know about. But again, I stayed 2 years in Aizawl. My sister was born in Aizawl, so I have very fond memories of Aizawl in Mizoram. This was in the 80s that I stayed there. I had lots of friends there. I played, you know, a lot of football there. I even played gilli danda there when I was a kid in Aizawl. So a lot of memories there. Nice to see somebody joining me from Aizawl. Somebody wrote Nalbari. Nalbari I've stayed. Nalbari I stayed in the 90s. And if he's joining me from Nalbari, he'll know Tamil, you know. I used to see Tamil. I even tried it one. My head started spinning. So, Norway, Sydney. Sydney is another city I love. Bhubaneswar is another city I love. I was pleasantly surprised. I went in Bhubaneswar early 2000 for the first time. I was pleasantly surprised with how cool the city is. So, Dharamshala, again I've been few times as a tourist. My sister stays there now in Dharamshala, so maybe I'll go there more often. From Jammu, wow, nice. Gangtok as well. I think we got the whole India covered, man, in this live chat. Surat, wow. Absolutely. See, I mean, I tell you what, just want to sum up before I wind up the video. That's the beauty of cricket, right? I'm doing this video to talk about cricket, and I've done a full Bharat Brahman from top, north, south, east, west. Everything is covered, all because of you guys who are joining us. All because of you, because you're from those places and you put those places, it brought back so many memories of me staying in those places. Warangal also, I say. So, you know, cricket brought us all together. Me, via me, you guys can connect too. So many of us joining us live. Brilliant conversation. Yeah. I had a great time chatting with you guys. Somebody is from Kanpur, and Kanpur is where my father's side, mother's side, you know, my parents both grew up, my father and my mother. So I used to go there for my summer holidays. Another place that I have a lot of connection with. Peshawar, people joining us from Peshawar. Wow, man. Pokhran, someone joining us. I've been there. Beautiful place in Nepal. In fact, just today I saw a video about a theatre which shows movies, open air theatre which shows movies in Nepal. It's in Pokhara. But I went in Pokhara at that time, it wasn't there. But next time I go there, I'm going to check out that movie theatre. Amazing. They had a list of movies that you can see in open air, and you get snacks and everything sitting watching your movie. I want to do that next time. So see, cricket got all of us together. We did a bit of touristy thing as well, talking about different places. So thank you guys once again. If you're joining us now, do check out all the details about the cricket, about the strengths of the Sri Lankan team that I spoke about why this game is important today for India to win, what the weather is going to be like, whether India will make changes or not. All of that is up earlier in this video. And if you want an analysis of the Pakistan game, check out the video that I did yesterday. It was a 5-minute long video detailing why there is a big difference between India and the Pakistan team. I've put that up on Sports Today as well. For the moment, you know, I'm going to take leave. It's been a long live session. I didn't expect it to last so long, but because of you guys, I just kept going. So thank you so much. Take care. See you next time live from the ground. I'll report from there. Bye bye for now.